Hello, everybody. We're going to work on ordering negative numbers. Sorry, ordering negative number expressions. So use the drop down to complete the following. I'm going to tell you right now the choices are going to be either, oops, either greater than, less than, or equal to. All right, so it's going to be one of those choices. So let's see which one is correct. We have B, which is 1, 2, 3. Let's say B is approximately equal to 1.5, right? 1.5. And this is -1, -2, -3, -4. Let's call this approximately -3.2. I think those are good enough estimates to be able to do this problem. So let's talk about it. A minus negative B. So I'm going to do this actually right here. A is negative 3.2 minus, open parentheses, negative B is 1.5. So negative 3.2 minus negative 1.5 is negative 3.2 plus 1.5. Well, what do I have more of, negatives or positives? The answer is I have more negatives. How many more? Well, if you find the difference between 3.2 and 1.5, you would see it's 1.7. So we have negative 1.7. So A minus negative B, using these numbers that we have here, is negative 1.7, where A alone is negative 3.2. So which is a bigger number? Which is further to the right on a number line? Well, negative 3.2 is about there. Negative 1.7 would be about there. So it means that negative 1.7 is the bigger number, which means, let's do this in green, that is our answer. It's greater than. Let's go to the next one. We have to put these in order from least to greatest. So let's come up with a good approximate value for B, a good approximate value for A, and we can kind of figure this out. So B is approximately, let's see, if that's negative, that's 0, that's -1, this is -1/2 here. So let's say B is negative 0.20. That's a good estimate for it. And A is negative, I don't know, 0.60. Right? So we know that A alone is going to be negative 0.60. How about A minus B? Let's do that up here. A minus B. I'm going to make a little room there and kind of keep my work to this area. A minus B would be negative 0.60 minus B is negative 0.20. So if you think about it, that's a double negative. So this is negative 0.60 plus 0.20, which is equal to, more negatives than positives, negative 0.40, 0.40. So that's what this expression comes out to be, negative 0.40. In purple, let's do the last one. The last one is A minus 0.5. This one here. A is negative 0.60 minus 0.5 is 0.50. Well, those are two negatives, so negative 0.6 and negative 0.5 would make negative 1.10. Right? So that's negative 1.10. So you have these three answers. So which one of them is the smallest? Turns out that one is the smallest. So I would move this card all the way to the left. So in order, the first smallest is A minus 0.5. That card right there. The next smallest is A, which is negative 0.6. And then the largest of the three is actually A minus B, right? Which I'm going to actually write the numbers in there so you can see what I'm talking about. This one is negative 1.10, A is negative 0.60, and A minus B is negative 0.40. Right? Sorry for my handwriting. I'm trying my best. Let's go to the next one. Hopefully the last one. All right, which one has the least value? Which one has the greatest value? Which one's closest to 0? Match each expression with its with the correct description. So what's a good approximation for Q? If this is 0, this is 3. I'm going to call Q negative 1. Right? Negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. That's a good estimate. Negative 4. I'm going to call N negative 5. Right? So let's talk about, I'm going to do them just kind of keep my work separate. That's going to be N minus Q. I'm going to do that here in red. I don't need to do any work for Q, it's just itself. So for Q minus N, I'm going to do that work in green over here. All right, so let's do N minus Q. N is negative 0.5, sorry, negative 5, forget the 0, so negative 5 minus Q is negative 1. So negative 5 minus negative 1 is negative 5 plus 1, that double negative, so that's negative 4. Q minus N would be negative 1. Oops, I said I would do that in green, right? I was a liar. Okay, Q is negative 1 minus N is negative 5. Negative 1 minus negative 5 becomes negative 1 plus 5, which is 4. All right, so which one, and then there's Q alone. Let's do that one in blue. Q alone, which we don't have to calculate, but that's just negative 1. All right, so clearly, which of these has the greatest value? It's Q minus N. That has the greatest value, so you would slide this up to greatest value. All right, which one has the smallest value? Well, clearly that's this one. So the least value is N minus Q. And which one is closest to 0? Closest to 0 is negative 1, so you would connect these two together. All right, hopefully that made a little sense. Greatest value here, least value here, closest to 0 diagonal here. All right, is that the last one? Yes, it is. All right, enjoy.